Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Shunting Yard. It is Thursday. How's everybody doing? I did not forget that there was a stream today at all.
No, I didn't think it was Wednesday in the mildest. Hello, everyone. How you doing?
So far so good. Who have we got in today? We've got Phil. We've got Charlie. Who else have we got scrolling down? Hilton, you're there as well. Apparently, Derek's here.
I'm Railway Modeler.
I'm Are you?
No, that's STJR7F88 is Railway Modeler. Or might as well be.
Oh. Hello, Mark's here. Thunderblade 989 is here as well. Jakob, thank you very much for joining us. It's lovely to see you all here. Hey, Matt, thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah.
Everybody's here. Everybody's here. You can tell it's been a long week. Have you guys had a long week?
Look at the bags under my eyes. You could put model trains in those bags.
I just thought about Dead Space and like I don't know. Never mind. It's fine.
Go on.
No, it's fine. It's like very niche. It's very niche.
Wait, what? Niche. That went straight over my head. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not surprised.
I need more. No, what have you guys been up to?
Is it Dan? Dan, you?
Me?
Yes, Dan.
I went
making over dramatic reels.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. So when it comes to making an Instagram reel, if I have to go and make it on my computer, I'm going to on purpose
listen up, folks.
Pick pieces of music that you can't get on Instagram on the drop-down list of pop shit. You know, because it just maximizes the range. And yeah, so I liked that piece of music. I listened to it in the car and went, this will be good for a reel. Turns out it was that good that Hilton commented on it in less than an hour.
I just found it very dramatic. That's all.
Yeah, dramatic.
It amuses me. It amuses me to know. And by the way, if you haven't seen it, go check out Dan's Instagram page. It amuses me even more knowing that you listen to that in the car.
The reels have been on point. Like, I'm not gonna lie, they've been on point. So,
well, I've got to do what I can to catch up, Rob, because I did a estimation earlier. I realised that I've got half as many followers on Instagram as Rob's got, but I've been there half the length of time. So I've been there for like 2.5 years, and he's been there with his account for 5. So at this rate, I should match him at the same time span. But if I put some effort in, maybe I can be higher amount of followers. But of course, he had lockdown inflation because he started in 2020.
So it's a game.
It is a game. It is a game.
I can see that.
At the moment, also, I'm looking over my shoulder and seeing Hilton coming out of nowhere, nearly 1,000 followers. And I'm there on 1,500. Like, I put out a reel and gained 5 followers. Well, it's 5 more, but Hilton's catching up fast.
I don't even pay attention to Instagram. I just do it on the side.
Play the cheat card, and at the end of one of his videos, like next week, it'll be, he'll read out all his Westies and then go, and don't forget, I'm on Instagram as well. You can find me here. And then the thing will appear, and it'll just be like, yeah, that's it. We've lost.
Well, now you're giving me ideas, Dan. The thing is, I hate to say it, I've done the Instagram fame thing, and it did nothing for me. I had, not fame. Let's not like beat around the bush, but I had like 5,000 followers at one point on my car account because I. Like,
but that's car people.
Like
that's car people. That's a different breed.
What do you mean? They're way harder to please because everyone is so specific about their tastes.
I would put them halfway between Star Wars and Railway Modeler.
I don't know.
On the TISM scale.
I think car people are the highest on the TISM
scale. Dan, you're a car person.
This is true, Oliver. I completely agree. But we've had this conversation before. He's trying.
Yeah. Sorry. Continue.
Yeah. So
we'll leave it at that.
So what have we learned so far? I've spent too much time making reels, and Hilton doesn't care about Instagram. I think all of you who follow him on Instagram should just unfollow him for that.
In fact, if you're following him and not following me...
Hang on, you've got Instagram? I didn't know you had Instagram.
Yes, I do.
Have you signed up to YouTube yet?
Yes, I'm on YouTube too.
Okay, fair enough.
This week.
I wasn't aware. I'll go see if I can find you.
Oh my god. Why did we add this guy?
Where did you come from?
Rob makes a good point though. You've got a long way to reach 1.5 million watches of a gate opening on a layout.
Is that what Rob's
Dude,
tried?
Rob's one reel has 1.5 million
1.5 mil.
views.
This I've got to see. Which one is it?
It's riveting, literally.
Okay.
Anyway, while he's trying to find that, Hill, what have you been up to this week?
Oh man, just so much work. And then, but I did have a day or two off earlier at the beginning of the week, so I soldiered on with some more layout building. It's all here, you can't see it, so that's very much on purpose because then I would just get no one watching my next video. So, yeah. It's been a very productive week on Done Roman, and I'm very happy about it, and I've got a lot more to do, but I must admit I bought something that is not model railway related, and it's really going to take up a lot of my time in the near future. That being said, I promise the content will continue. Look at this, boys. Look at this. Oh boy. Oh, yes.
Boy.
Love me a Hawker Tempest. So I'm going to be building that pretty soon, I think.
You have to use in your.
Is that going to be a Pete and Diesel?
No, I don't think it will appear anywhere. It's just a me thing. I don't think I'm going to blend the two hobbies.
Good. I think Rob tried it and tanked, literally.
Nice one. And you, Jimmy, what you been up to?
I've made some progress. There's Trackdown.
Oh, but there was Trackdown before, James. Hold on.
No. There was a template.
Is this the track you bought?
There was a template. Now there is track.
No, but James, I've seen trains run up and down there.
Well, yeah, no, because I had a piece of bullhead that was in a straight line.
You do have bullhead. Dan, he does have bullhead.
I do have bull. What do you think I'm using for the Code 75 for my own hand-laid track? I'm using bullhead. It's DCC
Dan,
contact.
get off your phone.
I'm trying to find this reel. I don't believe it.
It doesn't matter. You can watch it later.
Rob, send him a link in WhatsApp.
I found it.
We've been 7 minutes. It's been 7 minutes. Anyway,
literally, he just closed some gates. What the actual F? Mind you, it's been watched 1.6 million times and only 14,000 people like it. That's a massive redundancy rate. Lots of people watched it and went, that's a bit shit. That's what that tells me. In fact,
it's been 7 minutes and we've had it twice. Come on.
Let's see,
million. I've had a productive week. Also, this weekend I'll be doing all the baseboard work, drilling the holes and things like that, getting feeder wires in, and fingers crossed, we will have a loco going from one side to the other. So
that is all I want to see, Rob. I mean, Dan. I mean, James. I was just ordering my whiskey. Sorry.
Okay.
I realised that he has a redundancy rate of 99%. 99% of people who watched that reel.
He did Dan did math.
Hated it. They watched it,
math.
hated it, and didn't.
What
I'll
an
get a pie chart next.
What an anorak.
Only 1% of people liked it.
All right, can we get on to the news?
Well, let's do the news. Let's do the news, shall we?
Week.
There is news this week, apparently.
1.4 million.
The news.
Oh wait. Oh, hold on.
He's gone.
Who?
Okay, Hilton. He's gone. Let's carry on, shall we? So the first bit of news that we have is 4Ds have released images of an upcoming 7mm or 1 and 43.5.
It looked great on the mantelpiece.
Body kit for Dolgoch.
But that looks like a static chassis underneath it.
Well, so we'll have to ask Rob about this. Rob, mention it in the chat because I read the post, and it seems that it's a static body, and if you want to have it run, you have to sort your own chassis out for it.
Every great thing has its imitation.
There you. Oh no! Oh! Hang on. Is that normal? Is that? Please tell me that's normal Pepsi and not like sugar-free or some bollocks.
Oh, of course it's normal Pepsi.
The Crystal Pepsi.
How about?
Yeah.
Yes, we'll get to drinks in a minute. So if you want one of these static models for your mantelpiece that you have to paint yourself, you have to pay £50, and it's to order. So there won't be stock. It's all to order. I don't think it looks terrible.
Control pre-print.
Next, Pico. For some reason,
this is lovely.
009, but they have released 2 Linton and Barnstable Railway train packs, which look. I think the freight one is probably the one I would go for.
The freight one looks like better value for money.
Well, it's
cheaper, and you get more stuff.
You get more stuff. So yeah, for 220.50, you get 2 coaches and small England. I'm gonna say
it's a fake England.
Can I tell you something? Like I hate the way these locos look. I hate the way they look. They look like, I don't know, like porpoises that are oversized.
You impudent scallywag.
Down the rails. Like I don't. There's nothing that. This is a great train pack, but if it had a different loco, I'd be more interested.
If it had an actual Linton and Barnstable loco.
Well, that's the thing.
Baldwin,
if it had a Baldwin, it would be much better.
If it had a Baldwin, it'd be elite. The only thing is, though, I'm not sure about the brake van in the freight one either, because that's an FR brake van, not an LMB one.
So there you are. Here is a not Linton and Barnstable Railway train pack, or 2 of them that you can get, and anoraks across the world will scream at you.
It's a train pack to just run a train and have fun.
Yes.
Remember, this is all about having fun.
Yes. Is it? I thought it was about being correct.
Yes. Why did you say 31s? These are not 31s.
Well, it said 31 on the damn article, and that's what I copied.
That's a 31, isn't
it? Just. So they're 33s. I'll find the email and I will send it to you. I might have been drunken days 20 minutes.
Is this an Akira scale?
No, it's Hellion.
Oh right, okay.
It's a nice. It's a decent little price for a Hellion. I'm not going to say.
So,
yeah, and sound fits it. It's a good price.
New batch.
Like something has happened, guys. Something is going on. We'll talk about it later with pricing, but something has happened.
Yep.
Put a pin in it.
We'll get there, mate. We'll get there. So yes, there's a new batch of class 33s available in BR green, blue, blue with yellow cab, blue with grey roof. God, I need to go to sleep. General grey and West Coast Railway maroon. DCC ready at 169.15 and DCC sound fitted 254.16. I think they look all right.
Haven't you got one of these in West Coast Railways hilt?
I do, and I've ordered the partner to it. So I've got Glen Loy, but I now ordered Glen Falloch, which they're doing a run.
Can you say that name again?
No.
Oh.
Hilton's description of an England class sounds like how SPJ described DP1.
This is true. They look weird.
So do the DP1s.
DP1 doesn't look weird. It looks amazing. The only problem with DP1 is it doesn't have a working headlight in the headlight casing.
Yeah, which just doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense.
Because it never made it to North America, that's why.
So,
let's go. Let's go.
Cavalix have announced a class 47. There's no information on the price yet, but there are 14 different number/livery options available from Cavalex, and there are further 8 exclusive variants, 1 available from Ultimate Model Railways and 7 from Rails of Sheffield. It's a big list of locomotives. There's also a dual pack of cross country available through Rails of Sheffield. There aren't any livery samples or anything like that, but you can go check out the Rails of Sheffield website where they have a listing of everything there. And I spent a good 35 minutes earlier today reading through the Class 47 info packet on the Cavalex website. If you want to get into that nerdery, go. They have put so much information up there. It's a decent read. So honestly, I urge you. Random laugh.
Callum's comment is just
like
it's like 10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife.
We're gonna get there as well. Don't worry, we'll get there as well. So I for one, I think this looks great. Knowing Cavalex's attention to detail, it's probably going to be very good. But
if there's one thing we know for certain, it's going to be loud.
Yes.
Yes, very, very loud.
Very loud.
Well, it comes in ScotRail, so I'm in.
Well, that's Hilton's in, so there you go. Problem solved. Let us know if you're pre-ordering stuff from this list already as well. So I see Zach's already pre-ordered the Ultimate Model Railways exclusive 47. Yeah, I think that's a good shout.
What, Zach, if you don't mind, what is so significant about 47004? We don't have to wait for him to type, guys.
I'm not going to. Okay. I'm not going to. So the biggest disappointing news of the biggest disappointing news of the week. Hilton.
Hilton's lost his free pass.
Hilton has lost his free pass.
Well, technically it still counts, but it's like just slightly more unattainable than before.
It's not even unattainable. It's undesirable now. That's the problem.
Basically, you have to kill Tom Cruise to cash it in.
So yeah.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Right,
we live and learn, eh? Let's move on, shall we? So. Bachmann today had a Rail 200. I have to preface this: a Rail 200 announcement today, and I have to say they stretched the Rail 200 tag a bit far.
It felt really weird because it's like they've announced these wagons that look great. They've done the research and things, but they're just in Engage.
Yeah, I think they should have been 00.
Where the 00? But also, at the beginning of the video, they showed a really colourful one, like in an archive photo, and it's not in their range. So it's like, okay, when's that appearing? So yeah.
I don't know. I think the announcement kind of threw me off, seeing as I don't have any idea what this has to do with Rail 200. I have very little idea as to what the 00 variant has for Rail 200. For the 100th anniversary, it would have made perfect sense if Bachmann existed in 1925. But anyway, so this is the Graham Farish P7/D21 diagram NER or LNER for hop wagons. You can get them for $29.95 RRP. From your local stockist, they will probably be the usual 10% cheaper. The Curioscale are making these in 00, aren't they? Are they doing the P7 in?
I don't know.
You'll have to tell me. I don't think Bachmann know what Rail 200 is. We'll find out. We'll find out next Thursday. It was made in the. I mean. And they could have done anything but this. I don't know. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed as well over
I won't lie, as the announcement was happening, I was in a meeting and I saw you guys popping off on the WhatsApp chat, and I was like, oh boy, and I muted you all, and then I watched it and I was like, oh, I should have just kept them unmuted and just read it. It would have been a lot more exciting.
I think so.
There's nothing
Moving-
for you here.
Moving swiftly on. So there is the Bachmann NER E-Class, or the LNER J71. Now, I believe they've done the J72 a while ago, and they've labeled it as an all-new tooling, which it is, but they've reused a little bit of the J72 tooling, and they're doing a few variants of it with different valves and safety valves and whistles, etc. Different liveries. I don't think anyone was asking for this in recent memory, and I think it doesn't have anything to do with Rail 200, but it took part in the 1925 100th anniversary of the Stockton and Darlington, so that's the hook they're going with.
Okay.
Yeah. Any thoughts?
Okay.
Thoughts?
So I do have thoughts, and it's not about the selection of what is here. It is the most, I think, what is standout to me here is the price points. I feel like we are turning a leaf with Bachmann. DCC Sound 269 is a much more reasonable price than we've had from them in a very long time.
Yep.
159 DCC ready, yeah, cool, whatever. But the sound, that's more what I'd like to see from Bachmann, and it goes back to Helgen's price on the 33s. It's just overall, it seems like things are a little bit more grounded when it comes to these tune manufacturers and their price points. So happy to see that. I could not care less about the logo though.
Yeah, I agree, and it's undercutting the recent LNER launch. Didn't Akira Scale have just done a locomotive, a J locomotive, haven't they?
No.
What did they just release something very recently that
You're talking about the J67 and J69, but they're Great Eastern locos, and this is Northeastern, so the other end of the country.
It's LNER to me, I don't care. But the price point, what I'm getting at is the price point for
Yeah, I get you. I totally get you.
For the similar sized locomotives, new tooling, I think this is great. I think it's a good direction to go. I'm wondering if this is going to become the norm, and we're going to see other companies try and match this and try and downscale what prices are coming in. But we'll see. Yeah, as Charlie says, price point's much more competitive. But I mean, you can say competitive, but without there being competition for it,
I don't know.
If the 47 was dropped, if the 47 comes out at a lower price point than what Bachmann already has or whoever, that's a competitive price.
That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say is like, what does the next batch of big diesels look like? What is the price points? And based on the price of the 66,
yeah,
no.
It's on the other side of the Gulf of Merps and not for me. I could not agree more. So there you are. If you want it, the standard versions are all $159.95 DCC ready and $269.95 DCC sound fitted. That's recommended retail price. The NER specific version, which is in a tasteful green, is 10 quid more. So there you are. We'll keep an eye out. We'll let you know when we've got livery samples and things like that.
Okay, so here's another thing. Just before we move on, is the NER being £10 more. Why?
Detail additional detail fittings.
I totally get that. I also don't get it.
It's because
I don't remember the Rapido being the Highland Jones being wildly different in terms of price points.
Okay, so there's two schools of thoughts on this, because assembly will be the highest cost, most likely.
Okay.
And so with an engine with a more complicated livery, it costs more per unit to go through the tampo process more times to get to the end result. So what they've elected to do here is to price things slightly cheaper for the less involved locos. Probably they've got a separate quote from their factory as to the different ones. Like maybe their factory's gone, this is going to cost slightly more to make, so they've added the end cost to the customer.
Okay, whereas another manufacturer would blanket the costs over
some manufacturers would just literally get a unit cost across the board from their factory and just go, okay, well, we'll just make it simple for the consumer. And personally, I don't really like the premium. I think it's better to just, if they'd split the difference and made one a $5 or more and the other one a $5 or less, it's easier for retailers. It's easier for the public to remember. It's easier for the magazines with their press releases. It's easier for the YouTubers, as much as I abhor some of them. But it's easier for them as well to report on, to say how much something is.
I hear you.
Pick a price and stick to a price. But, they're fine doing what they do. And I will say at this point, having played with the J72 that they released recently, a few years ago, that this is kind of moving on from, that was a really good little model. Really impressed with that. So these are bound to impress as well.
I mean, I like Bachmann's little tank locomotives. They do 06. They seem to do certain 060 as well. Their old Pannier is still going like mad. There's the Ginty as well, which is an old faithful. So let's hope they can knock this one out of the park too.
You're talking about Bachmann tank engines and which ones are good.
Yeah, don't show me the thing I haven't got. Moving swiftly on. So, there was a other thing announced but not announced and teased in Bachmann's 10-minute announcement video. Can you speculate as to what it might be? Now, there were 3 locomotives that were shown. There was a Class 50 at the beginning. There was a Class 50 in the middle. And then there was a Hymek and a 42 warship at the end. And there was a hint of something Western but blue. So I'm really hoping for a retooled Hymek. I'm not going to lie. But Dan, what do you seem to think?
I'm not saying anything. I don't think it's right for me to say anything at this time.
But you can speculate. It's time to speculate on speculation.
I'm not one for drama, but I'd love it if they did a wash. I mean, a Class 50.
I hope they. I don't want them to do a warship. I don't want them to do a warship because I don't think there needs to be competition at the moment. I think there's so much of this duplication malarkey going on, which you can argue is good and you can argue is bad and whatever, but I still think too much of it is.
To be fair, their warship is an old mainline tooling that's been tweaked and modified over the years, so doing it from the ground up would make sense.
Yeah, actually,
they said blue, so maybe they're doing blue Peter because the A2 could do with an upgrade.
The A2 could do with an upgrade.
Could, yeah. As Zach is saying, the Turbo Star controversy just continues.
Oh my days.
Where's this damn Turbo Star?
It's Turbo Star like a villain from like a superhero thing. It just sounds like, Turbo Star saves the day, Turbo Star comics.
As long as it's not a large England or small England or any kind of England, I'm fine.
Just hoping it's one of the items in the engine house. Give us a list.
Oh yeah, but the only blue thing in the engine house apparently Ellis Clark's making, and KR Models have started to draw some crayons to maybe make one.
I shouldn't. No, that was not nice. I'm sorry. But we don't have to wait long to find out. They have an announcement next Thursday.
Yeah.
Like they have a British Airways they haven't got it up on YouTube
Glastonbury of Railways.
We're getting there.
Okay, sorry. I just want to know.
It's this weekend. Okay.
All right. Sorry.
Oh, you said I've just seen your comment of I've not heard this whiskey. I'm googling, and all I see is turbo yawn. I genuinely thought that's what you were talking about. Right. So let us know in the comments and on the Discord what you think is coming next week. It's probably going to be a sizable announcement of stuff that we haven't asked for. I'm personally hoping for retooled Great Western coaches, because why not? We would love a call it full break from someone, please.
Call it BG makes sense.
It makes so much sense. I need two of them.
Yeah, it's not bad for a modern image vehicle. And they appear in blue as well, because they lasted until BR Blue.
Oh, don't do that. Charlie and I
maybe that's what they were speculating. There we go. That's why I'll call it BG.
Call it Western BG. There you go.
Western region, and it comes in blue.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, I'm surprised you haven't had it from Dapple, because they made it in Engage with the full suite of liveries.
When I googled call it BG and it came up with that, and I was like, oh, Dapple, and then I saw the Engage couplings, my heart literally fell out of my body.
But you wouldn't have liked it anyway, because you don't like Wales, and on the side of the Great Western liveried one it said Carmarthen and Swansea on the side of it, because they were using specialist trade. Don't you dare.
I can take that off.
I could take you down.
Take what off? What are we talking about?
We digress.
Moved on. Anyway, we're moving on to the Greatest Gathering. So
guys, is there going to be an ultimate gathering at some point? Because this just is getting ridiculous.
Well, I mean, in another 100 years, Hilton. In another 100 years. So this is being, and I can't believe this was mentioned. This is being slated as the Glastonbury of the railway community.
So what it means is that there'll be loads of stoned people there, and none of the trains anybody particularly wanted to see, but they just went there to take a selfie to say that they.
Have you seen? Oh, I was going through some train spotting Instagram posts, and there are people complaining about the barriers being put up at Derby train station because they can't get clear enough photos and they can't get close to the edge. Like, there's 40,000 people that have bought tickets for this thing. It's gonna be packed. Like, they have to put some sort of safety measures up.
Yeah.
How much are the tickets?
Well, they're all sold out now, so good luck. You'll have to go to a scalper.
How much were they?
I don't know. Does anyone going to the Greatest Gathering who paid for a ticket, let us know in the chat, please. Yeah. But I mean, the selection that they've got there looks insane. I know the other day
I thought it looked really lackluster.
Oh, I don't know. We were watching the cams.
Really
there was a beautiful cavalcade leaving. Was it Kidderminster? On the SVR?
Modern image stuff. Like, there is the only non-modern image thing is the Midland Compound. That's it. And Prince. Everything else is from 1923 or newer, and there's like 10 steam engines. All modern image stuff, and no small engines.
I don't hear that when I hear modern image. Yes, Flying Scotsman is there. It's there. There's a Blue King too.
It just doesn't seem a patch on what they did in 1975 at all.
I wasn't alive then, Dan, so I don't care.
The selection in
Dan was.
Oh yeah, I definitely was. I tell you who definitely was alive in 1975.
The toilets won't work.
Tom Cruise.
Hey, I did at least
he was 13 years old in 1975.
At least it wasn't.
That's true.
He still had another 13 to go until his new missus was born.
Oh my.
No, that's not. That's not. Okay, moving swiftly on. So we have a question for you guys. And Hilton doesn't know we were going to ask this, but Dan and I thought about it just before he joined. So we're going to give you the entire stream to figure out if you could host a miniature Greatest Gathering, what would be your top 5 models to feature? So that's locomotive, rolling stock, building, whatever. What do you guys think needs to be in your Greatest Gathering? And we'll figure that out at the end when we've got past our regularly scheduled program. So leave it in the comments.
Same locomotive 5 times.
No, because then that's just an A4, isn't it?
The same class of locomotive.
No, you can't use this. But you're going to put 5 Flying Scotsmans in a row.
I might.
No. Okay, right.
Actually, that would be quite an interesting Greatest Gathering of models, because you'd have the old flying one with the sandpaper, and then you'd have the Hornby one with the gold-plated.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
And then you'd have the Hornby tender drive with 2 tenders that never work properly.
And then the new
the NRM one from 2004 that was kind of a step forward and worked, and then you'd have the latest one with the die-cast body and.
No, that's not the latest one. That's not the latest Flying Scotsman. Would you like to see the latest Flying Scotsman?
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, Rob's already got his list. Jeepers.
Backman USA, Flying Scotsman. Backman USA have just announced that they're doing a Thomas the Tank Engine.
We don't sign
Flying
the blue bastard
Scotsman
tonight.
They're doing a faced version of the double tender Flying Scotsman. So that is the latest one. Oh, look, you're not the only one that forgot, Hilton.
It's all
Genuinely thought it was Wednesday, guys.
It's fine. We've covered the Pico NG4 tonight. So, you have to scroll back to find it. 009. It's called NG4 now.
Is it?
Yes. Because 4mm but narrow gauge. NG4.
Right, okay. Well, that works. So yeah, by the end of the stream, guys, 5 locomotives or models, whatever, we'll go through that when we are finished. Moving swiftly on to today's topic. Realism and how you can achieve it on your layout. Hilton, do you just want to, swivel round a bit and show your hill?
My hill.
You're doing it all right,
Mountains,
job.
Gandalf.
Mountains, Gandalf. So yes, in today's, I'm going to de-show my screen now because we don't need that. So in today's stream, we wanted to discuss realism, how we think you can incorporate it, how we are trying to incorporate it, and maybe get some feedback from you guys as well. Yes. Rule 1. There are, like TISM, there is a spectrum of Rule 1.
It's your autism. You can do what you want.
Exactly. We completely missed something, Hilton. What are you drinking? It looks like Iron Brew. Are you having another one? Iron whiskey? No. I was already out previously this evening. I am just having a nice cold Iron Brew this evening. So you genuinely had to rush back, did you? I'm sorry.
No. I had got home, but I was on the couch watching First Dates UK. Was really entertaining.
And crying. Did you break out the chocolate as well?
I wish.
I might have to rethink the care package I booked for you to go tomorrow. I might have to see if you can. Yeah. How sad he is.
I want some scampies. Somebody send scampies.
Scampies?
I love scampies.
What are scampies?
Those bar fries. Those pub chips. Crisps. Sorry, you guys call them crisps.
Yeah, don't ever say chips again.
Sorry.
Chips are something you get in the casino, right?
Chips.
Yeah, right. No. It's things you've put in a deep fat fryer from made of potatoes.
Oh, scampi fries. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, no,
completely. Charlie.
Yeah.
Anyway,
James.
So you're drinking Iron Brew, are you? You're not having any whiskey, are you?
No, not tonight.
Okay,
I know. It's
Dan,
shocking.
we know you're drinking Pepsi.
Yeah.
Sugared Pepsi. Good.
Yeah.
It's better than cola.
How about you? And how you enjoy talking to your cat's bottom?
I like talking to my cat's ass. This one's even got a name tag.
His name's Road.
It's called Road. I'm drinking Brewdog Wingman.
Oh, I've had that.
Session IPA. It's not terrible, but the eagle has landed. It's I saw the can.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty nice, but to follow that up, I have easy hazy session IPA. So I've got Session IPA today. Is what I've got.
Wingman sounds like something you'd get in Top Gun. You know. That
well, I was going to say
Tom Cruise.
It fits with Tom Cruise. You know.
Can we just not mention it again tonight, please?
No, we'll get there later. So, right, let's move on. Let's move swiftly on. So, guys, earlier in the week, we discussed one or two things that are important to us when it comes to adding realism.
When did we discuss this?
Monday! It's been a bad week. You can all get off.
Okay.
Dan doesn't read the chat apparently.
No.
doesn't know I'm on YouTube. Doesn't know we put reels on Instagram.
I do know you put reels on Instagram, but I just go, what movie's that from? I haven't seen it. Or I go, Back to the fucking Future.
Well,
it's a great.
I was going to say, let's not unravel that. Okay.
I think Michael J. Fox has done better movies, but
was that your impression of him?
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on. Come on, let's try and stay on topic. So,
okay.
I think we can start off scenics because I think scenics play a massive part in.
Don't you want to start with track? I mean, yeah.
I mean, I can start with track if you want.
Yeah, I think you should start with track.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm trying, but you guys keep, making a point of it, and I postpone it because you guys are, impossible to work.
I didn't say anything.
So yeah, I mean, with personal experience and honestly loathing experience, because I'm constantly second guessing myself, which is fair enough.
No, it's what Max said. Layouts work better if they have track.
They do work better if they have track. So it's the stuff that you can get, the Pico, the bullhead that you can get is
so James,
close.
How long on average does it take you to make a point?
Well, from start to finish.
Yeah, what is the process and what's the appeal?
You will find out in a month's time when I have when I release the video.
Well, just give us a synopsis now.
Because
clearly you think that making track from scratch is more realistic than buying off-the-shelf products. Now, I know it's 2 against 1 here, but tell us why. Because I, for one, don't understand, and I'd like to. I want to have a light bulb moment like Hilt did with exhibitions and the economics of how they work.
Oh, he's left.
I've offended him now.
I'm going to get my anorak hat on now. So there is a lovely book.
Okay.
Called Great Western Switch and Crossing Practice. And it has it's a design guide for 4mm modelers. And essentially, there are aspects of Great Western track work which are very specific because, the Great Western had to do everything completely different most of the time.
Naturally.
To literally everybody else in the entire universe. And turnouts before 1933 were all done in feet rather than a B6 or a B5 or whatever. There are many different classifications for the crossing angles and the length of the length of the actual switch itself, etc. Everything was done in 9 foot, 10 foot, all the way up to 20 foot.
So for you, the appeal is to have no 2 sets of points that are the same as each other, and every single one is completely unique and situational.
Well, so for example, I wanted to create a faithful scale replica of a Great Western branch yard, which meant doing 10 foot turnouts, scaled down, 2 designs, which are not available ready to run because the small radius curves are way too short. The medium radius turnouts are slightly too long, different crossing angles, all that jazz. And also, it fascinated me. It fascinated me that you could go down to the molecular level, have 2-bolt running chairs, which is typical of Great Western, rather than 3-bolt chairs, which is typical of every other bloody company in the universe. And I liked the idea of building it myself. So I fell down that rabbit hole very, very quickly. Hindsight,
yeah, go on.
In hindsight, I think I would definitely go back in time and tell myself to buy the track first, and then over time build it and replace it.
Okay.
So I'd have something here so I can go, okay, I like how this runs. I like how it flows. I can slowly start replacing it with handmade stuff. And I mean, so for example, this layout has 6 turnouts. I have built in total 12.
Right. So you got it
They've
wrong
just-
10 times.
I got it wrong 8 times, so I've still got two left to finish. There's this one left to finish and one for the kickback siding. This one is like 60% done at the moment. I would go back and tell myself to get on with it and put some track down and piss about with hand laying it later.
Okay.
So
That's
why are you so? Why is the realism of the different switches important when you know that the rail spacing is completely wrong?
So this is the other point. So the other point of that is eventually,
point, by the way.
yeah, it's a turnout. It's a point.
Yeah.
That's my anorak on for the day. So I would love to eventually go to 4, which would mean that actually all of this would be relevant for engagement with wide scales. Even a Great Western standard, that's not
James, you're going to have to repeat all of this because
Yes,
your mic
you
just went weird.
Did it?
Yeah.
No, you're good now.
I think you were slightly too far away from it. The thing is, you got confident and you leaned back slightly, and you might went, "Oh, for fuck's sake!"
So basically, in 00, so standard ready to run 00, which is the gauge that I model, or in this case, it's 16.5 instead of 16.2. It's not exactly 276 times scaled down. Whereas you have EM gauge, which is 18mm, which is a lot closer to correct 1/76 scale. And then you have Proto 4, which is directly on scale. So it's 18.83mm rail to rail. I am not in a position to start taking all of my locomotives, re-wheeling them and everything like that. And also, it means that I wouldn't be able to go to my friend's house and run stuff there. So the main idea for me was I'm picking this because
One
it's as
battle
close as
over 2.
it's something that I can do, and I can get that bit of my hobby and my enjoyment of the hobby. But I can also go play trains with my friend,
Right.
instead of having 2 different sets of collections.
Because fundamentally, we're getting the realism right. I feel is like where you draw the line for compromise.
I mean, my compromise is I'm not re-wheeling everything.
Yeah. But you see it often. There are so many layouts of real locations where they've compressed a certain area or extended something or fitted it into a certain space, but it looks like the real place.
Well, so this is the thing. So this layout, the only bit of it that actually existed is the back branch line. And that is to scale the section of branch line in that direction. Everything else is completely made up.
Right, okay.
The eventual idea is that I will have enough space that I can go ahead and build either the junction, which is South Brent. So that's on the Newton Abbot to Plymouth section of the Great Western Main Line. That will be 6.5 meters end to end, just for the scenic section, and that will be a scaled.
You have 6.5 meters.
Yes.
Yes. Above me.
Above me. One day I'm going to get
next
kicked out
life.
of this office.
Yeah, when I die.
Yeah, when I die. Aussie, take me.
So how about you, Hilt? When it comes to track, what do you think makes it more realistic? What do you think makes the difference?
I don't know. If I could go back in time, I would have started this all with bullhead. Now that I've seen it in quite a few videos, and it certainly does make a difference. That being said, it doesn't bug me that I'm using just normal code 100 eco track.
You're on code 100.
I've got some of that on it.
Oh, right. Okay. So between the three of us, we're all using 3 different track systems, but you all use the same gauge.
Dan,
Yeah.
I'm assuming you use 75.
Yeah, because
So
for a reason that I can't tell anybody, because I don't want people to know my secret.
Flat bottom?
Yeah, flat bottom.
Did you
Well, I
just
don't
get a
have a
load of
flat
it for free?
bottom, but no,
Did you pilfer it off a display layout?
no. Look, this isn't an interrogation here. Carry
It
on.
is now.
You said you're using code 100, and you hide it well.
yeah.
I thought you were on code 75.
I genuinely
So
thought you were
obviously-
on code 75.
Yeah.
So I think, in my limited experience just ballasting and putting track down, I would say that like code 100 doesn't look terrible. It was what was readily available to me here in South Africa. The last thing I'm going to do is buy a bunch of track from the UK and ship it over, because the last time one of my suppliers brought in track, customs and shipping thought it was real railway track, and they wanted to charge thousands and thousands of rands for it, and he was like, have you seen the size of the box? It literally cannot. Anyways, that's the idiocracy we deal with here. But my point being, like, it's readily available to me. I'll probably, going forward, yeah, dude, I mean, like, even if that was just a solid piece of rail, you wouldn't just be flipping it around like that. It's what's readily available to me, and I guess that applies to anyone. However, I suppose the next step in terms of realism, I would say, Dan, is trying to. You've got so much track, James. You should be using it. The next step in realism for me, given that I am limited in terms of the track I'm using, is to just make sure that it looks good once it's down and ballasted and weathered up. I still don't think I've got that completely right. I still think I could do more. But yeah, that's probably my take on
I
it.
think it looks great.
I think I've got a really boring answer for all of this, because it doesn't matter what gauge you do, what scale you do, what track type you use. My top tip for realism for track is paint your rails.
Paint your rails.
Paint your rails.
Rob,
It's
a solid.
Paint your rails, Rob.
Yes, please do. Before you ballast.
Like on these 2 shiny brass ribbons that where his trains run. It's like, paint them.
So I think if I could find it, this is genuinely a question to everyone: is there such a thing as like a electric conductive paint or like rust effect you can get? Because I'd love to just paint the top of my rails in like a rusty. I mean, you still have like a gleam on them when tracks are being used, right? You've got like a clear silver path, but I'd love to get like the head of the track of the rail painted in a almost rusty color. Would be amazing.
Yeah,
Absolutely
I think that would be
The problem
fantastic.
is, though, that if you're actually running trains on it, you'll find that the majority of the head is actually a bright color. It's like bare metal.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying, Dan. I totally understand that. However, if you wanted, let's say, like for example, the siding that I just put in, I'd love to have it a little bit more rusty. Like it doesn't see a lot of traffic, and it's just been sitting out in the rain over time, and still be able to move stuff up and down it. That would be amazing, right? I know it's not the be all and end all, but yeah, I'd love to do that. But I agree, paint your rails.
For you.
It weathers itself.
It weathers itself. I have a piece somewhere that.
You know what's going on here, though, don't you? It's like you saying, "Oh, I want to be able to do that," and you see SDJR7F.18 is sat there at home, like, that's an idea for an article.
Fair play to him. There you are.
Callum, you can credit me. We can talk about it.
Callum, you need to speak on his layout.
James, I can't see. It's not focusing.
No, it's not focusing at all, is it? There you are. Look, rusting.
Naturally rusting.
Naturally rusting. But I mean, so I was gonna touch on as well. So I've picked this to do it all by hand, and after I spent all of the money picking up DCC Concepts rail, like a massive batch of it that cost me what, 200 odd quid, all of the components for hand laying it, from the EM Gauge Society, all of the timbers and everything. A group that support a program called Templot came up with a way of laser cutting entire templates and then 3D printing the chairs to slot in them after I already started. So so the hand laying of track has become much easier in the last 12 months than it ever has been. Like, for sure. And I will be touching on that once I've got this done. I will be touching on that because it is a fascinating area. The whole 3D printing, laser cutting, etc. It's the next step. It's already becoming massive. Okay, so we've already grilled me and rails. I'm going to put me back over there, Hilton. And I definitely think painting rails is one of the biggest points. Dan, any additional points on rails?
No, I just think painting them is the simplest thing you can do to make a massive difference. Really, there's nothing more to it than that.
I also think I want to say static grass in the right places.
Ballast choice can make a massive difference as well, as Hilton has shown.
Ballast choice is also a good choice. If you've got bright white rocks in the Highlands, you're doing something wrong.
I did at one point. So I know all about that. And then I sprayed it. I sprayed it in like an oxide red, and I was like, "What have I done? I have just destroyed this entire railway." But
unfortunately, I missed that episode.
I'll share it with you. It was rubbish. It looked terrible.
This is
that was back in the day, like 2 years ago.
Was this more recent than the Trying B12 that you had? You had Trying B12 and you went, in South Africa I can't buy anything, but I bought this and it doesn't work. And you
yes.
You get it running again.
That's right. I have a really strong feeling about all of those videos because I every time they pop up, like I'm like, oh man, I was so bad.
I really like it. I think they're cool. It's like, the thing is, right, I think it's important to keep these things around for the simple reason that we see where you started. And it's like, it's interesting that the depth of knowledge and like intricacy has just gone. And you can see with like more followers, instead of just literally doing the same thing over and over and over and it making it boring, you've actually learned and grown. And it's like, it's such a contrast to see.
Thank you, Dan. Let's not dissect my channel, but
let's dissect his channel.
When it comes to ballast, I think choices of ballast. I'm very limited in terms of what I can get here. I mean, Woodland Scenics is pretty much it, right? I think you guys have crazy amounts of products on the market as to what you want. But
I don't know what you're on about with these products. I just go outside, go and get a bit of some rocks and a massive hammer and just
walnuts.
You use walnuts.
Walnut shells. The perks of your mother-in-law having a gigantic walnut tree. You get 20 kilos of walnuts every year before Christmas. So I've got 10 tubs of these just laying around with walnut shells ready to be cracked.
Nice.
Supposedly it's perfect when you crush them up for ballast. So I thought, why not? I don't have to pay for it.
You know what the thing is? I think the Woodland Scenics ballast is made of walnut shell, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it loses its fidelity once you've put some glue down on it. It kind of loses the sharper edges, where as a natural rock you probably get something a little bit more definitive and clear. I don't know, Dan, given that you run out into your garden and crush rocks,
I don't
agree.
He does. He goes out and
I feel like that's what he does on Sunday morning, and he's like,
Yes.
To be honest, the stuff I use tends to. I think it is derived from rocks. It's completely different to the Woodland Scenic stuff. But
I now can't get the squirrel from Ice Age out of my head now. But just replace the squirrel and the nut with Dan. And his rock.
Yeah, you see, I mean, what is that made of, Dan? Exactly.
What, the ballast?
Sorry, I had Ice Age in my head, yeah.
I think it's bits of granite shavings, but I'm not sure. I forget what the name of the company I got it from. I got it years ago.
I think if you can,
but it really looks the part.
If you can get real rocks, I think they're always going to be the choice, personally.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't realize you all scattered walnuts on you. I've
Don't
learned
have a
something new.
Don't have a choice. No, I'm sort of in the same boat. So the local shops I have here, it's all knock. You know, because of the German influence. There's some smatterings of Woodland Scenics and things like that. And I haven't, grown a pair and gone and found a model railway club here yet. I joined some Facebook groups. I joined some Facebook groups and threw some terrible Slovak translations up there and just got ignored. So
I've not heard of these Atwood aggregates.
Atwood aggregates is there's another one. There's another one that sounds like aggregates that came out recently.
Real
aggregates?
aggregates?
I thought about this.
Something like that? Yeah, something like that. I know what you mean.
Jakub, I am not sure, but I'm going to Google it.
Right, track done. Good stuff.
Track done.
What comes after track? Trains.
I mean, but then we get into the whole
weathering
aspect. Is detail and weathering, and should you weather your models?
Yes,
absolutely. Hello, Tom.
Holiday, not acceptable, mate. Not acceptable.
Oh, it's Tom.
It's lovely.
You know what? I listened to. I danger of digressing here because you said something really nasty about Wales in the Model Rail Replacement podcast, and that was the final straw. I was close to giving
spoilers,
and I just literally went, "Ugh," and turned it off. He criticised Wales for a lack of motorways, and that's the thing is, Wales is brilliant because it has a lack of motorways and it keeps most of the riffraff out.
I thought that was the right.
It's like the Highland of Scotland. Like you go all the way up there, and you know, people who get flustered by less than 2 lanes of traffic going in any different direction, and they just avoid the place. It's brilliant.
It's still jam-packed, though. I will tell you. Like the Isle of Skye in August was nuts. Absolutely.
Oh,
stupid.
talking of Skye, how's she doing?
She's good. She's sleeping over there. Yeah.
Oh,
bless her.
I'd say that was the best selling point of your latest video.
And just bringing the dog in.
Right,
bringing
just the dog.
In. We want more dog content.
We want
more dog content.
Noted. Skye will make more appearances, but I don't know if she will appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, she does not like being on camera.
Hooterton.
No.
In answer to Hooterton, the best railway in Wales is in Merthyr Tydfil.
Oh, here we go again.
Oh, God's sake. I love Wales. I haven't listened to this latest one.
I have. It was actually one of the best episodes so far. Dan, you need to keep listening. Apparently, he wasn't criticizing Wales.
Okay. The thing is, I've been listening to it to try and get through work, because work is a little bit... There's been some monotonous, and it's the same in any business that you end up doing the same task repeatedly over and over and over again. So it was like, yeah, I thought I'd try it. The one with you in it was the first one I listened to, Hill. And
how
it was interesting, but they didn't give you that much of a chance to talk. Oh, he's in Wales right now.
Good luck getting home with no motorways.
Where in Wales have you gone, Tom?
He's in Tywyn.
Again?
No, I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Say.
Right, guys.
Right,
back to the topic.
Back to topic.
Yeah.
So, weathering your locomotives is essential.
Yes, absolutely. Do it.
I'm honestly petrified.
I know, it's scary. It's very scary.
Petrified of it.
I've properly mucked up a few of them. So.
Proper mucked. I have one weathered item that I paid for.
Is it the James Gin wagon?
No. That's going to get thrown in a pile of mud and get some natural weather. Okay, so the coupling hook is stuck.
Hold on, guys. James will be back shortly.
So, does anyone remember there was a weathering challenge a few years ago for Stand Up to Cancer for the Prostate Cancer UK, like 3 or 4 years ago. Anyway, I put a charitable bid in for a...
Damn, that is filthy, James.
For a coach. It has nothing to do with my era. It has nothing to do with anything, but I make a charitable donation every year, and this was that year's charitable donation. So I've got a...
Oh, actually, you know what? I see some little details there that I kind of like. That's cool, man.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. It has no earthly business being on my layout whatsoever, but I like it. So no, it will sit on a decrepit siding somewhere. In fact, it's going to go sit on that siding there right now, and it will just be a display piece for the rest of eternity.
I think what I struggle with when it comes to weathering locos, because I've got a lot of locos to weather, and I look forward to doing it at some point, is how far do I go? Because I love a grimy 37 or something, but when it comes to steam, given that I'm essentially modern image with a dash of steam every now and then, preservation weathering is like, it's kind of its own art, right? You have to kind of like gently weather something, not to the point that it actually looks, and I have a very heavy hand. I'm very bad at that. I tend to just go like, ooh, grime, let's go, baby.
We can tell.
So like, especially with diesels. So I think it's a fine balance. At some point I need to find out exactly what steam engines I'm going to keep, and the rest I'm going to make pretty dirty.
Isn't it a case
Interesting.
It's not so much about what you put on, it's what you take off?
In what sense? I'm trying to think.
You're saying you have a heavy hand, but the whole point of weathering is you could literally obliterate the paint job, but it's what you take off. If you want lightly weathered, you take off loads. If you want heavy weathering, you take off less.
Sure.
Sort of.
Yeah.
But that's the frightening
sense.
thing about the process, right? Is that there's that point where your model's covered in paint, and you go, "What if I suddenly have a stroke right now and can't finish it, and the paint's on it forever?"
I have that same problem about driving on the left.
What if I have a stroke?
I know you shouldn't laugh at it, but it's like, maybe it's a tism brain thing.
It sounds like it. But I hear you. I get it.
What if something goes wrong? What if the front door goes and in the middle of it?
Yeah.
No, I get it.
Absolutely.
I do get it.
Yeah. So PN Train has said he has had a stroke, and I bet he didn't give him any warning.
I don't know why that caught me so off guard. So yeah, sorry, Phil. That's not meant to be. I did not expect you. I like read it as a joke, and then I realized, like you said, that you've had a condition, and I was like, oh shit, okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry, Phil.
So yeah, weathering is essential. Another one for me moving on is the right type of scenery. You know, using the right materials, I think is definitely essential to making sure that you have some sort of realistic scenery. Hilton, looking over your shoulder right now, you know that your mountain, it looks grand. Trees could be a bit bigger though.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing is, like, I hear you, but
I was supposed to be sarcastic, but
oh, okay. No, I was gonna go into my forced perspective conversation, which I think everyone's heard many times.
That's important.
Yeah, I think just because, you know, you've only got so much space, you got to make it feel bigger if you can, and that's not easy. Like, I don't think that looks great, to be honest with you. I think the forced perspective thing is a lot harder than anyone thinks it might be, because genuinely trying to make things get smaller and smaller, not just trees, but grass and shrubs and details like that as they go away from you, that's pretty tough to like shrink stuff, especially when you're working with like a single material. It's not easy. Yes, I totally agree with that on Max. Yeah, like if you can match your colors to your back scene, that's probably critical, actually, because it can totally break the illusion. It has to blend nicely.
I think the one thing that you've used a lot in your videos that makes a massive difference is the flock.
You just want me to say it, don't you?
No, I think it made a massive difference. You managed to do heroic things with that material that I didn't know were even possible. Because I always thought of it as something from like sort of tacky 80s type scenery, which is like, we'll just literally cover it in green flock and that'll look realistic. And amazingly, you've actually managed to take something that was stigmatized as being horrible and make it really good. Also, you pronounce the word really well. That tingles down my spine when I watch your videos.
What the fuck?
I don't know why.
Yeah.
But also, I think that goes back to the using things in moderation rather than just settling as well. You know, you could go ahead and lather your entire layout in green flock, and okay, it would look like a shag carpet. But using it in moderation, using it in the right places to complement other scenic aspects, you know, whether that's static grass, you know, grass tufts, bushes, trees, whatever you're making.
I think that's a good description of Hilt by Matt.
ASMR Scenics. The model wizard.
Thanks, Matt. I think, you know, when it comes, so I'm gonna say it for you, Dan. You get it once. Maybe I'll say it again. But when
everybody gets one.
Flock. The thing with it's again, it's a readily available thing, and it's probably one of the cheapest ways to do bushes and shrubs and stuff like that. But it has to be done like in a very fine balance, because I do think it is one of those pieces of scenic material that can completely, like, think about where your eyes naturally go when you look at like a landscape in landscape. If you're seeing the flock first, you've done it wrong. You've got too much, because it's like one of those things that it sticks out so easily. So tucking it under things and using it as like a base cover, again, like with the heather up there, you know, I've got layers on top of it that kind of hide it, but give it that good baseline. So it's totally versatile. And if you put it in a blender and you blend the crap out of it, and you make it into like a very fine powder, it's absolutely amazing, because it does look like tiny little, you know, weeds growing in the ground. It looks great. So
wow.
See, and
I can just imagine you being like, you go and do that, and then Annie's going to make a smoothie or whatever. And you're just like, what on earth?
It happened. It happened the other day. She was like,
Oh,
babe,
no.
babe, not that, like, she was like, please, if you use the blender, just make sure that you clean it properly because it's green at the bottom. I was like, I'm sorry. I thought I did.
And I bet with her slightly stronger accent than yours, when she says the word flock, it's even more tingly.
No, she doesn't. I don't think I've ever heard her say with flock.
Annie, come and stream and do it for us now.
We only have one blender, Max. So yes,
You
we
use
use the same blender.
Right? Can we get a GoFundMe to get Hilton a scenic?
No,
blender?
I don't need another bloody GoFundMe. Leave me alone. I'm not a charity case. I can afford another blender. I just don't want to.
So
Yeah,
spoken like
don't-
I'm not a charity case. Spoken like a true northerner.
So Peachy, I think, yeah, he gets what we're trying to say is that, you know, just dumping flock is just lazy modeling. You know, you have to use it tastefully. You have to use it in the right places. And I think, you know, bushes don't crop up everywhere. They crop up in certain places. Weeds crop up everywhere, but in small amounts. You know, flowers don't crop up everywhere. You know, so you have to. The key is trying to mimic how things would happen in real life and where they would be in real life. Reference material. I think somebody mentioned beforehand. Make sure you have good reference material. Yeah. Which I think is, and I think you've mentioned it once or twice. The guys on Merp have mentioned it. Flickr. You know, Flickr has become absolutely essential. I have an extensive library now.
Honestly, it's probably a model railway, the best resource you could.
I must say though, don't use Flickr at work because
Why?
Why?
On your Flickr?
I was gonna say I had to go, which is really, really weird. Like when I first started at Rapido, there was a very small office with 3 of us, and I was the only one who faced the wall, so I couldn't see everybody else's monitors, but they could see mine. And I was doing a corrections document for Met 1, and I needed pictures of the side tanks in order to count the rivets. And so I went onto Flickr and searched Metropolitan 1. Like literally, it came up like every 30 pictures or so. There was just some random boobs in the same, like in the search result, and just like literally like
random boobs.
Yeah, loads of like maroon tank engine. Then suddenly one random set of boobs for some reason, and I'm just like, I'll just scroll that one up above the screen in case my boss looks over.
Okay. So there you are, Scenics, and also I stop with the summer modeling.
Okay, that's rude because I'm doing it, but like
really doesn't look like summer.
Looks
it looks like early autumn, September.
Yeah, no,
yeah. Well, really it's kind of the idea is it's like a late spring kind of vibe.
But that's my point. Really... That's my point. Is for me, I see a lot of layouts that are very bright green, very heavy and covered with flock and things like that. It's all summer, and I completely understand. It's easy way to do it.
That's not summer. That's spring. Summer is where the grass starts to turn brown.
Not in the UK, it doesn't.
Yes, in the UK. You haven't been here for a while, have you? It's like the combines were out over a month ago.
Fuck for that.
So it's like, seasons are changing here. But I think that's really ungrateful for you to say, don't model summer, because some manufacturers are actually putting alternate windows in with their coaches these days, so you can swap them for open windows.
There's one manufacturer doing that, and it's yours.
It was the most shameless plug for Rapido.
Yeah, right.
Some manufacturers.
I'm not saying don't, but
well,
it's all personal opinion, isn't it?
It's a completely closed windows on your winter layout on your Evolution coaches, then, James, right?
What Evolution coaches? I'm
you're
skin.
Not getting any.
I'm skin. I have no space for coaches. I have a B set. That's as good as I can get.
Whose B set is it?
That is an Airfix preset.
Oh, yeah.
Just leave him alone. Just leave him alone.
Are you going to give me a Rapido B
Leave him
set?
alone.
Right, we need a GoFundMe for him to get Rapido.
That I will not accept. But yeah, so
okay, so on the note of like summer and like super green layouts, I think one thing I've learned, and I saw Lucas just said that he was gonna do an autumn layout. Be very careful with this, in my opinion. It is one of those very strange seasons that is, I think, particularly difficult to model right. But when it comes to summer, stop using the same single type of static grass. Change your grasses.
And
put them in your hopper, mix them up, change them up. Don't use one manufacturer's grass and the same length. Like it
even blend
boggles my mind. Even blend it. Yeah.
Even blend it.
Don't use your fiance's blender. It's fine.
What might say? Don't fall into the same traps.
Yeah. If it's any consolation, Lukash, I want to do an autumn, like ideally I want to try and do some wet scenery because I don't have a river on this, and I want this layout to include as much as possible. So I want to try and have some water effects. I want to have some nice large trees. I want to have, the realistic track work, etc. So cool. That's what I'm aiming for with this. So yeah, autumn. I'm one up for autumn. 90% of the grass here is yellow because it's always hot. Well, you're also upside down, so...
Same, Matt. I have the same thing, in terms of South African layouts. Most of our grass is that very cocky,
it's all
yellow, so...
Completely agree.
But yeah, mix up your grasses is my
grass.
Best. And change the colors. Like, don't be afraid to throw yellow into your summer grass. Like, it's okay. It looks
good. And patch it. Have different patches of different gradients of color.
And build up your layers too.
And also, I think one thing that in the last episode of MERP that I listened to, which was their sleeper spacing and other things to waste your time, which really annoyed me, is one thing you don't see modeled often is when there are fields and there's no tracks, there's no push down bits of grass and things like that where people have walked through, or there's bridleways. I love that kind of detail.
Hold my beer, hold my iron brew, because just wait. Next week, just wait.
Really? Don't. No.
Yeah.
Also, did you put a tractor behind the tractor like I said to?
A tractor behind the tractor.
You sent a picture of the tractor.
I know.
That beautiful shot.
Oh, you want... Oh, I get it.
I thought that tractor was going to be chromed.
That is a thumbnail waiting to exist.
That needs to still be... It still needs to be weathered, but just on that thought of fields, just wait.
I'm waiting. Tom, welcome. Nice
Hello,
to see
Tom.
you. Hello. So, moving on from scenic. So another aspect that I think a lot of people get wrong
is sound. Yes. Read your mind.
There is such a thing as too much and too loud.
No, not that.
And also ambient sound. Ambient sound is important. That's what I wanted to touch on, was ambient sound.
Yes, I suppose it is, because the main problem is when you get a steam engine and everything is push button, whereas the fireman and the steam engine would naturally do certain things.
That's where automatic function control comes in.
Yeah, and this was the thing that Hilton liked about the Jones Goods, because you could hear the fireman shoveling and the injector going every so often.
The safety valve going off.
Safety valve every so often. Whereas I know there are other manufacturers at the moment who are releasing brand new engines that don't do any of those things. The engine just doesn't do them unless you press a button specifically for them, which always seems a bit weird in my eyes.
Yeah.
I think one of the things I hate about operating a locomotive is scrolling through multiple menus to get to a sound that I want to play. I absolutely hate it, and that's why I think the Jones Goods is so damn good, because it just does it all, and I don't have to go and find buttons and press them. It just does it.
You just literally
I love
need 2
it.
for the brake, 3 for the fun whistle, and off you go.
Yeah,
And 6
it's
for heavy.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Well done.
Also,
Dan.
I think that's one reason why I like the HM7000 decoders, because they have that functionality.
But they don't.
They do. I mean, you still have to push a button, but then you don't have to push a button ever again.
Okay, but so you go function 28, which I think is what
it's function 28, and that's
it.
it.
Auto, right? But then you push it back. Let's say the whistle goes. I seem to remember that happening. The whistle goes, it'll reverse. The revolutions per chuffs is completely wrong.
It's
on
terrible.
all
Yeah,
stuff.
I know it's terrible.
And then, but you don't get more than that, James. Like you don't.
Yes, you
get,
do.
like,
Yes, you do. Yes,
What?
you do.
What?
There's the safety valve has gone off. I've had that.
Once.
I mean, I haven't had it long. When it pulls away, you have the cylinder valves. Cylinder valves are going. I've heard that for sure. The whistles change, which is a good thing. But it's there. My point is it's there. It might not be good, but it's there. And the point is that Rapido has it. Hornby now have it, no matter how bad it might be or how lacking it might be. Other manufacturers don't, and I think that's a key thing now that sound is becoming more prominent in the hobby.
The thing is, it's actually a feature within the ESU software that you could go and program it and program the probability of certain things. So
I think there's a CV in the Hornby that you can change the likelihood of the random sounds and what random sounds are chosen. Because I have had it where a guard's whistle will go off randomly while it's just sat there, and I think, you're not moving. Why would a guard blow his whistle? Why would the doors shut?
But the point is, why would the manufacturer set that up like that? That's weird.
I don't know.
It should come so it just works out the box.
It's not
for the customer.
It's not perfect. It's not perfect. But I think I think that is one aspect. But also, ambient sounds are
like the cat wagon.
Well, a cat wagon.
The Hornby cat wagon. Did you ever see the Hornby cat wagon?
I got one.
You've got
cat
one.
Wagon.
It's got a cat wagon. We need a video on the cat wagon.
Yes,
I
change the
never
CV
realized
options
that
so easily.
I never realized they actually made it. I thought it was the gimmick.
Awful. It's awful. It's absolutely terrible.
Have you done a video on it?
No, I don't. I put it on the track once, and
please do it. Please do it.
Overview.
Or send it to me and I'll do it. Because that's just brilliant.
Yeah, we need a video on that.
It's not that like the sounds by themselves are bad. It's just that the speaker's so bad that it just sounds really like it's like a Chinese toy. Like
Max, it's Schrodinger's.
Yeah.
I forgot about the cat. Everybody forgets about the cat van.
We
don't talk about cat van. We don't talk about cat van.
I just think it'd make for a good Pete and Diesel. Just literally.
Someone needs to make a screaming. Dan, you've been playing with sound files recently. Make us a screaming goat van.
Oh no!
Please.
No, I only do Hellfire things. Mind blown.
So yeah, sound. I think
maybe the screaming goat could be a secret sound on something. Let's see.
Yes. Oh dear. The cat van has been added to my miniature greatest gathering list.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah. Have you guys been thinking about that? I genuinely haven't. So yeah, I think sound is important to get right.
Talking of realistic sounds, so there's one thing I haven't really talked about this publicly before, but 3.5 years ago, Rapido released the Class 28 in N-Gage. Now we put a secret sound on it. It's not in the function list, but it's the sound of a blazing fire, a fire bell going off, and then a vintage fire engine attending the fire, because they had a tendency to catch fire in real life. And I've never seen anybody spot it or mention it online. And it's like,
that's mad.
Yeah, I spent a whole 10 minutes editing that together. No one found it, or at least found it and said anything about it.
That's epic. We should, whoever's got one should definitely pull it out. And
yeah, please
find it.
Throw it on the Discord, please. I would love to see that. So hang on, what other random sounds?
No, it's not going to be on the S160. That's already finalized, and the secret sound on that is finalized as well. So,
ooh. So there you are. There is a secret sound on the S160.
Yeah, there's a secret sound on most
Donald Trump.
Something.
Which is Donald why Trump. I've updated my pre-order.
Have you got another one?
No, I've changed it to sound.
Yeah.
Good man.
No, not good, because my wallet is screaming at me already.
You won't regret it.
I'm not going to regret it, but it's still screaming at me.
It makes me wonder, though, when are you going to send your one of these to me for sound fitting?
Actually, it might have to come to you before it comes to me.
Yeah, that probably would make sense.
That might be more logical.
Mm-hmm.
We'll figure that out.
Yep.
Rob. China.
Oh, that resonates so much because we have a picture of Trump in the office with the speech bubble going China. Jesus.
Is that what he drinks his tea out of?
Deported. Oh, we're digressing so much. This is terrible. Do either of you guys plan ambient sound?
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, I would love to at some point. Like, if it wasn't just this, I would do something. I think I'd plan for it. Like a full 2-hour loop would be amazing. But I'm very happy to just add it in post now for my videos because it doesn't matter. What matters is when people see it online.
Yeah.
But I love adding ambient sound. It just adds so much to the video when you watch it. Birds and I found these amazing thunder tracks the other day, and I was putting them on in the background, and I was ooh, just crispy, good stuff. You know, you could feel the breeze picking up. It was I love that. So
it reminds me, actually, the only time I've ever done ambient sound on a layout is many years ago. I had an N-Gage layout with a 5-platform terminus, a big major terminus station, and I put a speaker underneath it and had random announcements that I'd made in this software called DVA5. Now, DVA5 was software where somebody had spliced up all the sound bites from the automated local railway system of Sydney in Australia. So you had all these random words and phrases, and I stitched them together to make silly announcements. So there was you'd run a train in and out the station, and every so often you'd just go bong, bong, bong. Passenger on platform 5, mind your step. And it just literally
that's
that.
Brilliant. That's brilliant.
That's cool.
I'll see if I can find some of them at some point, and maybe
please
on my Insta or something, for the few followers I have.
For me, so I want to pick up one of the Gauge Master things. They have a sound module. I know Richard at New Junction has put one in under the signal box, and I heard that and I thought that's great for a little bit of ambience. Eventually I might get round to getting a sound decoder or a sound module and pre-making my own or something, but I think that's definitely something I want to do on here for sure. Just just to go for it, to test my limits, so to speak. Dan being modest about his follower count hitting a large number.
Modest as ever.
Always modest. Right, let's have a look at what some other people have been specifying here. So personally, Oliver says, personally, I think a back scene can make or break a layout. You can have a beautiful layout and a crap back scene. They need to be the same quality as they really go hand in hand. So I'm gonna ask this: painted or photorealistic?
Okay, personally, I think I'm probably a little bit biased, but I love my sister. That dude, out of context, that's just really weird.
I was about to say, Hilt's sister.
About my
she
sister?
did the back scenes.
Well, you want to tell about my sister?
She did the back scenes.
So I personally prefer. I did think about doing like a printed, like an ultra realistic printed thing. I think if you do printed, you need to consider like the visual distance and the natural blur that occurs. And I think you get that so much better on a painted back scene than you do in a photorealistic scene, because I come back to this point, it's where your eyes naturally focus. If you have objects that are clean and crisp in a back scene, immediately your eyes are going to be drawn there naturally, right? Because it's in focus. The moment you start blurring things out and making them feel further away, you're not going to be focusing there right off the bat, right? So a painted back scene also, I just think, evokes a lot more feeling and movement than a photorealistic one. You get something out of a painted back scene, but that's just my opinion. If you want a photorealistic one, cool.
So I fall in the same boat as Callum. I currently don't have the skill, so I want to use a photographic one, and I've already, my friend has just gone and bought, 50 meters worth of back scene. So I've already gone through and started looking at, what kind of thing I would like, and I printed out a tester and, started sticking it together, thinking what I would have on the back here. But there's still a little bit part of me that thinks I need to have a go at painting it before I commit to a photographic one, because I want to see how bad of a job I can do.
I think it's really worth a shot.
Before I commit.
Yeah. I really do think it's worth a shot. I mean, on my next planned layout, I will attempt to paint my own too. I think it's worth a shot for everyone to give it a go. I mean, unless you are absolutely artistically challenged, like, you can make it work. There are some fantastic. I'm not saying like. My point is, I think everyone can pull off a paint in some way. I've seen some super simplistic. It's just it's blending shades of blue together to get a real sky. All you like, just remember that the further you're looking at things on the horizon, you've got a white mist that naturally occurs as things get further away from you. The sky is always going to be blue, or if it's cloudy, it's going to be gray. But remember that, like, visually, from a human standpoint, you've got a natural gray, white sort of color scheme that appears on the horizon. And getting that right is not hard. It's blending colors. So, I got to say, give it a shot.
I think I will do.
The thing is, I wouldn't question Hilt when it comes to blending. He's clearly the man, especially since he gets told off for using the blender for dubious things.
Who that?
Yeah. I have no opinions on back scene. I'm someone who just uses whatever I can find.
Your back scene is your back door.
Also, I don't really like back scenes anymore since I opened an issue of Railway Modeler and one of them gave me a paper cut.
Oh, how rude! Another thing on
was it a recent one?
I don't know, but it was bloody.
Because I've got a back scene that doesn't fit this.
That's probably why Callum likes them. You get some free employer.
Come on.
No, what I want to say is with back scenes, don't let them to be too short. Even these ones here, I feel like are still too short.
How tall are they?
You want more height?
I would love more height. I would love.
How tall are they?
Height. Those are 60 centimeters. So.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you had more
If
height, then you can put your Airfix thing in above and then photograph it with a sky and like Highland background down below. And
that's not the plan, but okay.
That would make for some amazing photos.
Yeah.
Oh,
you could.
That's not the plan, says someone who's been rumbled.
That's
suddenly
so much more
1.4 million on Instagram coming for you, Rob.
No, James, I seriously do think if you can afford to go to like 80 or even a meter, do it. It's amazing what that height does when you're close up to a layout and you're I just saw Matt's comment. I can't paint this wall, I'm renting. But the taller your back scene is, the more immersive it is. Seriously.
This is true.
It just becomes it envelops
envelops
you into the scene. So
when your landlord or landlady comes round to inspect the property, what do they say about the layout?
they don't.
They haven't seen
They don't come to me. No, they don't. I have not seen my landlord in 4 years. So
You lucky bastard.
not even.
I live with mine.
Well, if you miss them, just stop paying on time and they'll soon appear.
I have no plans. Yeah, actually, Yantlet Creek makes a really good point. Curved back scene corners really help. I completely agree with that. I think if I could have done that, I would have. Definitely, that sharp corner that you get naturally in the shadow that occurs is not a pretty thing, but it's a tough one to pull off. It's not easy.
So good curves are important then, Hilton.
Curves
love
are
good
definitely
curves.
important.
Yeah, so does Tom Cruise.
Shut up, Dan.
So moving, we're going to start ramping it down. We're going to start ramping it down here. So I have a thing here. So what about scenic breaks? What are your opinions on having, scenic breaks and modeling them well? Because you don't,
the obvious get out is a tunnel. That's the obvious get out. And it can be made from anything you want. It can be brick, stone, or concrete. Concrete is absolutely fine. And if any one of Hilton's followers thinks otherwise, they can fight me. You're fine.
Yeah, what was
Stick
that
with
about?
your concrete.
Yeah, me and my little avalanche tunnel. Oh.
Yeah. Die on that hill. Literally.
To be fair, it looked like rubbish, so I'm kind of.
It did not. It looked brilliant.
It looked great. I don't know what
It
you're
just
on
needed
about.
a bit of weathering. That's all.
If we
Which was
do,
point two.
If we ever extend from Inverness to Carlsbad, then I'll do it. Promise.
It made me think of there's a tunnel on the West Highland line which goes underneath. Where part of the line was rerouted for a hydroelectric power scheme. So there was a second short because originally there was only one tunnel, but now there's two, and I'm sure the second one is concrete. So
are we talking? Are we talking Fort William to Mallaig, or we're
talking like in between? We're talking about the proper West Highland line, so somewhere between Speen Bridge and Fort William, I believe.
Speen Bridge and Fort William are like 5 miles apart. So.
Yeah, it's somewhere in that section.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with it, but we'll Google it afterwards. But fair.
Because I think that's one of the. So this is one of the challenges that I'm having, because my layout is in the middle of a field. In real life, right now it's in the middle of a field with a slight incline, so I'm having to take some artistic licensing as to how I break the scene up. So the idea is that I'm going to have an over rail bridge on that side. At the moment, it's a choice between L-Cut Creative, which I have, and I want to pick up a Bunter's Yard overbridge as well, because I've seen they look rather nice. And on this side, I'm just going to have a giant warehouse. Just a giant warehouse. So you physically can't see the trains, just they'll just disappear behind the warehouse, and that's the scenic break. But I've seen people do things with trees. I've seen people do, you can do things with, I think having people have trees on the front of their layouts, breaking up all of that scenery, the visual aspect and everything. I think it's great.
I think you can.
But is it important?
Yes, absolutely, especially if you're transferring to another scene. But I mean, tunnels are one thing, and I think that, as Dan said, probably the most basic thing to do. But if I think about getting creative, a really nice forest works so well. I've seen James, who's the guy we watch on The American Guy? What's his name again? Boomer Diorama.
Boomer. Oh my days, yeah. Boomer.
His transitions between one scene, which is a yard, into a swamp. He does that with just trees, basically, and it's night and day.
One overpass.
It's beautiful, that kind of transition. So even a steep gully or something, you don't even have to cover it with a bridge or something, as long as visually from the operator's standpoint there's enough of that train has disappeared,
a difference.
Yeah, that's what matters.
Yeah, for sure. And we have to plug this in. If you don't or haven't gone to watch Boomer's stuff, search Boomer Diorama on YouTube and get ready to get lost in a magical world, because what he does is absolutely insane. It's actually the direct inspiration for how I paint the timbers for my railway, was taken directly from Boomer.
Yeah, he's good. Hey?
And it looks so good, good.
No,
cuttings work too, especially on a bend. Yes, that was an important thing for me as well, because I have a completely flat baseboard here. There's no elevation whatsoever, and I thought that's boring. The world isn't flat. The world isn't straight. And I know that the branch line was on an incline, so I flattened the yard, and I have a very slight incline. You can't really tell, but there is a very, very slight incline. It's very subtle, but it's there. So
yeah. No, that's dope. I dig that.
For sure. For sure, an important aspect.
Have you put together your lists, by the way?
I've got maybe half of my list. So let's wrap this up then. Is there anything else to you guys, so Dan and Hilton, and of course the chat as well, that is important to you when it comes to realism on your layouts?
Nothing I can think of, but I think, considering I'm just totally winging it, is I only knew what this topic was a few hours ago. You're doing all right. Why are you eating your cat bottom?
I'm eating road operation, reliable running. Well, I mean, things break in real life.
Make sure the locals have faces.
Dude. Only on one specific weekend of the year.
I'm sure.
What's
Tom's
that? Polar Express.
Checked out of this chat.
Sorry, Waverly. Sorry that you missed it. Go back and rewatch. It's been chaos since the very beginning. But we're happy to have you.
There's so much.
I think train formations is an important one. The number of times you see things where you have fitted vehicles within the middle of a train, and you think they would be at the front next to the engine.
Or not having barrier wagons between a steam engine and something that is entirely combustible.
Or I don't know, just unrealistic formations. Unrealistic formations are fine as long as they could realistically stop, I guess.
I think, Dan, that's probably one of the things that I probably struggle the most with is you're aware of
because
me chewing your ear off about formations lately, but like I feel like it's one thing I've never really got stuck into myself, and I'm trying to learn about them now because like you give me a set of coaches and like I don't know, I'm just gonna like smash them together. Like,
just put them together.
It's a rank of coaches, cool. You know?
I've noticed that there was one of your videos where you have, because you've got 3 West Coast Railway coaches, and the one that's there's one you have to have, and the others you could just add and have if you want or don't want. And you ran the 2 that you could just randomly have, but the one you needed wasn't in your train. It was somewhere. It was probably and it's like, no, Hill, you kind of need that one all the time, and the other ones you can mix and match.
Right, well, that's a conversation we need to have, I guess.
Break coaches. The importance of break coaches.
It massively.
Yeah, it's the only one with a handbrake. But I suppose handbrakes aren't really a thing in South Africa.
Ooh. So Max hits a point here that we briefly mentioned a few seconds ago. So it doesn't matter how great a layout is if the whole train stops dead from 15 mile an hour, the realism is gone. Well, also, you know, you have to think like branch lines, they had a speed limit. They wouldn't be going like the Clappers Smokey Joe style, you know, be trundling along. Yards, you'd be lucky if you were going over 10. You know, if you don't have that smooth running and it stops starting.
Honestly, James, if we had Smokey Joe running at like that speed, beaching would have never even existed. It would have never been a problem.
Just like, we'll run every passenger train with that.
The Flying Scotsman's on his way to Edinburgh, and here comes Smokey Joe, just like straight past.
I need to work on my driving skills. Room for improvement on realism aspect.
Yeah, that's a.
Well, I think
good point. Actually,
it's a good point,
and
I think a lot of
you adjust your CVs on when you're setting up a sound profile so that something can't go unrealistically fast.
I was thinking, yeah, you can do a lot with CVs these days, but with DC, you know, you're based on the controller and the power source that you have and the decentness of the motor. I think another thing that a lot of Americans are very big on is operation of their layouts. You know, a lot of, from what I hear from, you know, the likes of the Around the Layout podcast, and, you know, certain other YouTube channels, is they're very big with operating their layouts as if it was an actual railway. You know, so they have manifests, they have car cards and waybills and things like that of, you know, so their layouts are structured that there is a yard over here and there is a yard over there and there are stops in between, and their fun, their realism is that car, that box car or whatever is supposed to go from A to B at a scale speed, and if that takes 3 hours, it takes 3 hours, but it's got to be done right.
Yeah.
Which I understand. You know, I can see certain appeal in that. You have to scale it down massively for the UK.
But to sort of wrap it up though, James, realism is what you make it, isn't it?
It's rule 1.
It's your realism.
Also, another thing,
your reality defines you.
Something that adds to realism, though, is not having holes in the floor of your wagon.
We'll get to that this weekend.
Will we now?
Will we now?
Will we now?
So there you have it. Realism. And what you can do with an hour's worth of talking. So, let's wrap this up. Lads, Dan, we'll start with you. What 5 models would you have at your greatest gathering?
Porta-Par twins.
That's cheating.
S100. Well, they come in the same box, so it counts. And I best come up with another one, otherwise I'm just swearing at our viewers. Maud.
Maud.
Backman City of Truro.
Yeah, okay. Hilt?
Yeah. And that's 4.
Oh, wait, that's 4. No, you said Porta-Par twins, USA Tank, Maud.
4 bucks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's 4.
Yeah.
I
And see a churro 5. There you go. No, you've done that. Pork part fins are 2 motives.
No, it doesn't count as 2 because it comes in 1 box. Met 1. There we go. Done. Next. 537s with all names with locks of them.
I was going to say
Yeah,
Maud.
Maud. Definitely Maud.
I would have. Oh, that's quite simple for a Scottish modeler. It's Maud.
Cali 812.
Cali 123 when it comes out. The Glen when it's released. And then when someone bothers to do it, the D40. And then you've got your Scottish 4 quartet plus Maud.
You mean he's not wrong?
But he's also not right. One of them doesn't exist.
To some of you.
To some of you. K4? K4?
K4?
Yeah, K4.
K4?
K4.
Okay.
And then there has to be a 37 in there somewhere. So yeah, that's pretty much me. And Flying Scotsman.
But which one?
But which?
Do you like apple green or are you a boomer?
No.
Can I tell you, my favorite Scotsman is apple green with deflectors. I love
Yes.
it.
Yes.
It.
So
I know it's not
on
like
my list.
correct, but I love it. So
That's how it was when I went on it.
it's just it's so pretty. It's so pretty with apple green and deflectors. Like, let's be honest, German style smoke deflectors are just the coolest thing. Like, they really are.
Great.
They're so cool.
Personally, my preference is as built with the single chimney, and I think they spoil the look of it.
Of course it is, Dan. Of course it is.
But the thing is, the driver's on the wrong side. Used to be on the correct side.
Oh, you're way too late, Aaron. We're just wrapping up. James?
Hi, Aaron. So for me, it's got to be Backman City or Truro. Pick either or all of them. Doesn't matter, the same tooling. Apple green smoke deflectors, Flying Scotsman. Can't deny it looks fantastic. Don't tease me with a city class, boy.
Have you not got one?
No.
Oh dear.
I've got to include the diesel dog.
Do you want one?
I've got to include the diesel dog. Yes, gimme.
So
Yeah, got to include the diesel dog. My Earl class that is permanently with a class 20 sound file. Because why not?
Waverley Central, just so you know, clicking up work.
Oh yeah, sorry.
If you had a mini Greatest Gathering 5 locos that you could have at your model Greatest Gathering, what would they be?
Thunderblade 989. Whereabouts are you based, and why are you calling it a USA tank? It's an S100.
So hang on.
Then
an S100. Hang on. The City of the Flying Scotsman or the Backman or an S100.
Did you say Flying Scotsman?
Yes, I said Flying Scotsman. Apple green with deflectors is the best looking Flying Scotsman.
All right. Okay.
You can't deny it. Deny it.
That's probably the Great Western engine that Hilt should have if he ever has one now that he's got rid of the...
What?
Because one of the city classes was named after a city in South Africa.
What? City of Durban?
Yeah, it's called Durban. Yeah.
Durban?
Durban, bro.
The S160.
Durban.
Night, Oliver. It's been appreciative. Thank you very much, mate. So, let's move on to other people's stuff.
Okay, wait.
I said the S160,
Lucas
by the way, as my fifth.
Lucas is... Oh, Zach, okay.
Yeah, I've got some saved. So Zach said Merchant Navy, so normal, the original, not rebuilt, I'm assuming. A Castle, a 33, Black 5, and a Standard 5.
Standard 5?
Yeah. Standard 5. I mean, Rob chose a Ruston 48, a Manning Wardle, 2857, and Duchess of Hamilton. He only gave 4 options, so...
No, he said Tom Rolt. You just missed
Oh,
it.
my...
Does that mean that Rob would probably be jealous if I told him that I used to have a model of 2857 in O gauge with sound?
Oh, yes, because... Yeah.
In Valley, guys.
Keeping you awake, Hilton.
No, sorry. It's just been a long day.
I can imagine.
It's been a very
trying.
exciting day.
Yes. Oliver said before he left, apologies. J36, Smokey Joe, City
Smoky
Class,
Joe.
Baldwin, and the Acura Scale Manor.
Where's the little or large England or wobbly England?
No idea.
The Wingland.
Phil, Flying Scotsman, Sir Nigel Gresley, Penn Dennis, Ruston 48, and a 37. See, I want to take back and put a 48 DS in there because they are just gorgeous little.
That's a great list. But what 37, Phil?
Which 37? Thunderblade 989 says Hornby A4, Dapper Hawthorne Leslie Dapper Manor, the S100, and the Bachmann Pannier tanks.
Which A4? Which
Which A4? Oh, we're not going
Dapper
that.
Manor.
Yeah, Dapper Manor.
No, you have to.
And then Lukash says the Sterling single, La France,
I wish someone did have the France.
T3, and the PT31 Robo, which I'm assuming is a Polish locomotive.
Le Robot.
I
Top
wish
5.
someone did make La France.
Aaron saying Sir Nigel, Cluncastle, Princess Liz, A1X Terrier, and for James, a Merchant Navy. Rebuilt Merchant Navy. Because you can't not have general steam navigation. Hey guys, back in the room. Is Hilton awake? Just.
Fading fast, Chris. Fading fast.
Max, Quarry Hunsit, Palmerston, NA, NGG 16, and a GE4-4 2.
Oh, that's disappointing. Surely it'd be a GE 661. You get that right.
Callum, Bachmann
Scrap
7F,
and dismantle.
4F, 1P, Peckett, and a Rapido 483.
Wait, go back to Callum's. 7F, 4F, 1P.
It's all scrapped and dismantled stuff.
Okay.
He likes blue tank engines.
Cool.
Not those
Well,
blue
that's
tank
7F.
engines.
Nice.
Yanlit Creek, Q1, great choice. 73101, 33202, Normandy, and 90128.
That's interesting.
Anyone know what they means?
They're-
Aaron,
they're
yes,
loco.
it's very bad. Too bad that there are no cathedrals. We should
Where's
have
the
a
Great Bear?
British-
Where's the Great Bear?
The
Scraps.
Great Bear. This sounds like a gay man, the Great Bear.
Great Bear. Great big bushy beard. Any more lists? I don't think there are any more lists. I think we've
that's
managed to
it.
get
I
through
feel
this.
I feel like Waverley
Ooh.
Central's still putting his list together, so we're waiting in
Oh.
anticipation.
Blue engines, over Bulliards. Ooh.
I don't know. I like a P2 more than any blue engine, so bullied
But is a P-
trumpet.
Hang on, what?
The LNER
P2.
P2 is a bullied locomotive.
F off, is it?
Yeah, Bully did most of the work.
So Gresley just took the credit.
Yeah, it's a bit like the
Typical
King. The King is a
fancy
Stania
house.
locomotive.
Well, of course, the King is a Stania locomotive. That's obvious.
Well, there we go then.
Look
So
at,
why is it
look at
such
the
an alien
princess.
contract? Yeah. You like them chody boys?
We.
What?
No.
You said it. You said it.
Well,
not
the King
me.
is chody, as is the Princess Royal.
I suddenly don't
I
like
suddenly don't like kings.
All right, Waverley
Oh,
Central,
wait.
you have 2 minutes to put your list together. We're
I
waiting.
can't think of anything more. Look, so I'm going to start wrapping up very, very slowly. So Realism is what you make of it. Go out, do your best, and do what feels right to you. I can't. Good choice.
You did.
No pressure.
That was really well read. You're like, I can't.
Union of South Africa. I like it, Charlie.
Yeah.
I like it.
So Union 1501 by Rapido. I do want to pick one of those up. 6009 Osprey?
Yeah, that's Osprey.
Okay, Stania Mogul. Wait, hang on. Stania Mogul over a Great Western Mogul. Okay, and Acura scale 7802.
To be fair, it's a reflection on the manufacturer, and I suspect Bachmann did a very good job of that. Stania Mogul. I've not actually tried one, but I suspect they have done a good job with it.
Jar with Laurie.
We have finished. We have finished now.
Jar with Laurie. What? Any thoughts?
I think they're being put together at the NEC.
They're put next to each other. I'm assuming. Good luck.
No.
Enjoy 3 hours.
You guys will have so much to talk about.
It was great. Yeah, you're
fun. Is this about Warnerley?
Is Warnerley in November?
Yeah, at the NEC.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We're gonna end it there. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. If you like the stream, please give it a like. Share the YouTube with your friends. Join the Discord and join us on the conversation over there. It's been a bit dry recently. I think we've all been rather busy. We all have been here, there, and everywhere. So apologies all round. But yeah.
Waverley Central's got a list. Hold on.
Oh.
Go Hilton, go.
Hornby Princess, Bachmann 828, Hornby Locomotion. Okay.
Oh, okay.
HST and Acura scale 37403. It's a top list. I don't know about Locomotion, but the rest top notch.
I like the innovation.
I understand I think yeah, that's it's decent.
Yeah. And with that,
Okay.
I think we're going to end the stream. Thank you very much for joining, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure as usual, and we will see you back next week at the usual time. Who will be there? Who knows? Dan, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Pedantic Models 00 Model Projects. Where can you find you, Hilt? Everybody's already found you. Yeah, proper chuffed.
5,000 people have.
I know.
5.2k.
5.4.
Yeah. How many are you up to now, James?
300. I hit 300 this morning.
Wow.
Hey, good lad. Well done.
Right? I feel great.
I can't wait for your video on Saturday. Honestly, guys, you need to see this video. It's coming out on Saturday. Go check out the Little Western.
Yeah. Actually, yes.
It's gonna be good.
Yes, you all have to do that.
It's no longer the Little Western Model Railway.
Whatever it is on Saturday, I will be
Western.
sharing it on my socials so that people can see it.
Please do.
I will be promoting it.
You can find me at the Little Western on both YouTube and Instagram. Model Railway bit has gone. It's just the Little Western now. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you next week. Have a good one. Take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye guys.
Don't forget.